The frozen frontiers of Siberia. For centuries, this name has conjured images of a land of extremes, an endless expanse of tundra and forest, locked in ice for much of the year. It is a landscape that has long been considered a footnote in the grand narrative of human civilization, a place where survival was the only ambition. The accepted history told us that its early inhabitants were nomadic hunter-gatherers, resilient but simple, leaving behind only scattered burial mounds and faint carvings on rock. But history has a way of hiding its most startling chapters in the places we least expect. In the late 20th century, deep within this supposedly barren wilderness, archaeologists stumbled upon something that defied explanation. A blueprint that breaks history. A city that, by all accounts, should not exist. What they found, hidden beneath the soil of the Eurasian steppe, was not a temporary camp, but a fortified, planned, and astronomically aligned metropolis from 4,000 years ago. Its discovery has forced us to ask a profound question. Could one of the world's most inhospitable regions have been the cradle of a forgotten civilization? The answer lies buried within the walls of a lost city known as Arkaim. Our story begins not with a shovel, but from the sky. In the 1980s, archaeologists conducting aerial surveys over the southern Ural Mountains in Russia began noticing strange anomalies in the landscape. Visible only from above were faint geometric impressions etched into the earth. Vast, near-perfect circles, like ghostly scars left by an ancient hand. At first, skepticism was the prevailing response. These patterns were dismissed as natural formations, or perhaps the remnants of medieval enclosures of little importance. After all, complex urban planning was the hallmark of the great river valleys, the Nile, the Tigris-Euphrates, the Indus. It had no place here, on the wind-swept steppe. But a handful of researchers, driven by curiosity, pushed for a closer look. Using advanced remote sensing technologies like magnetometry, they scanned the ground beneath the circles. The data that came back was stunning. The patterns were not random. They were deliberate. They revealed the clear outlines of buried walls, ditches, and even what appeared to be radial streets, all arranged with remarkable symmetry. The whispers from the earth were becoming a shout. A full-scale excavation was no longer a matter of curiosity, but of historical necessity. As the teams broke ground, the true scale of what lay hidden began to emerge. Piece by piece, they unearthed the blueprint of a settlement unlike anything ever found in the region. At its heart were two massive concentric circular walls. These were not simple earthworks, but engineered fortifications, built from a core of timber logs, faced with clay and unburnt mud bricks. They enclosed a space roughly 500 feet in diameter, creating a formidable defensive structure. Inside these walls, the city's layout revealed a masterpiece of Bronze Age urban planning. Approximately 60 rectangular dwellings were arranged with geometric precision, like the spokes of a giant wheel, all radiating from a central, open square. The uniformity was striking. Each home was nearly identical in size and design, suggesting a highly organized and perhaps egalitarian social structure. But it was the sophistication within these homes that truly startled the researchers. Each dwelling was equipped with its own well, a cellar for storage, and most remarkably, a metallurgical furnace. In a region known for its punishing winters, these furnaces served a dual purpose, providing essential warmth and serving as workshops for casting bronze. Arkaim was not just a fortress, it was an industrial center, its people masters of fire and metal. Even more astounding was its infrastructure. An advanced system of channels and drains ran beneath the radial streets, designed to collect rainwater and manage waste. Such sophisticated sanitation was a rarity in the ancient world, a feature that drew immediate comparisons to the great cities of the Indus Valley, like Mohenjo-Daro, thousands of kilometers away. To find it here, in the heart of Siberia, was unprecedented. But as the physical city was uncovered, a deeper, more profound mystery came to light. Arkaim was not just built for living. It was built to watch the heavens. When researchers mapped the city's orientation, they discovered a stunning correlation. Key features, gateways, passages, and sightlines, were precisely aligned with critical astronomical events. The design allowed its inhabitants to observe and mark the rising and setting of the sun on the solstices and equinoxes. In total, Arkaim's layout incorporated at least 18 distinct astronomical alignments, creating a massive, functional calendar built of earth and timber. It was, in essence, a celestial clockwork, a fusion of architecture and astronomy that rivaled Stonehenge. Yet, unlike Stonehenge, Arkaim was a living, breathing city. This was a society where daily life was intrinsically woven into the cycles of the sun, moon, and stars. The cosmos was not just something to be observed, it was the organizing principle of their entire world. This symbolic purpose was echoed in the artifacts they left behind. Pottery was decorated with intricate patterns, including one of the most ancient and widespread symbols in human history, the swastika. Long before its modern corruption, this symbol represented the sun, cosmic motion, and the turning of the seasons in ancient Indo-European cultures. Its presence at Arkaim reinforced the idea that this was more than a settlement. It was a physical representation of the universe, a mandala on the steppe, designed to harmonize human life with the cosmic order. So, who were these master builders, astronomers, and metallurgists? Archaeologists now believe Arkaim was a key settlement of a Bronze Age people known as the Sintashta culture. Flourishing between 2100 and 1800 BC, the Sintashta were a formidable and innovative society. They were among the first to develop the chariot, a revolutionary technology that would change the face of warfare across the ancient world. They were expert miners and metal workers, and their culture is considered a crucial node in the expansion of Indo-European languages and traditions across Eurasia. In this context, Arkaim was not an isolated anomaly, but the capital of a powerful chiefdom, a land of towns that dotted the southern Urals. It was a hub of production, a defensive stronghold, and a ceremonial center. From this region, Sintashta innovations, their technology, their symbols, their cosmic worldview, may have spread west into Europe and south towards Iran and India, helping to shape the cultures that followed. This Siberian civilization was not on the periphery of history. It may have been at its very heart. And yet, for all its sophistication, the story of Arkaim ends in fire. After roughly 2 centuries of occupation, the city was abandoned, but it was not simply left to decay. Excavations revealed a thick layer of ash across the entire site. The evidence suggests that Arkaim was deliberately and systematically burned to the ground. The immense timber structures that formed its walls and homes would have created a colossal inferno, visible for miles across the steppe. Why would a people destroy their own creation so completely? The question remains one of Arkaim's most haunting mysteries. Was it a ritual act? A final, sacred farewell to a place that had served its purpose? Was it a defensive measure to prevent enemies from using their fortress? Or was it an act of desperation? A society forced to move on by climate change or resource depletion, sealing their home behind them in a final, dramatic act. The ashes conceal answers we may never recover. In its fiery end, the city of Arkaim returned to the earth, its secrets kept for 4 millennia. The rediscovery of Arkaim has done more than just unearth an ancient city. It has forced us to redraw the map of the ancient world. It proves that advanced urban planning, scientific knowledge, and complex symbolic thought were not confined to a few famous river valleys. They could flourish anywhere human ingenuity took root. Arkaim stands as a powerful reminder that history is not a settled story, but a vast, unfinished puzzle. Beneath the silent landscapes of our planet, countless other chapters may still lie waiting. ready to challenge everything we think we know about our past. What other impossible cities lie hidden, buried beneath the ice and sand? The truth is still out there, waiting to be found. What do you think is the greatest mystery of Arkaim? Its advanced design, its cosmic alignments, or its fiery end? Let us know your theories in the comments below.